All right, guys. Well, thank you very much. Thanks for the introduction, Nicole. And as Nicole mentioned, she used the phrase, a qualitative phrase, that I've recently joined. I'm going to quantify that for you by saying that today is the beginning of my 7th day with the department. So nothing could bring me more pleasure and more pride than highlighting for you accomplishments that this team has made through absolutely no personal contribution of my own whatsoever. But as it pertains to the food safety role and the impact on Pennsylvania, I've created a waterfall chart that highlights that impact. The NASS estimate predicted that approximately 1,300 farms would be impacted, and the team to date has verified slightly over 1,200, with 114 of those being large farms, 144 being small, and the balance, or 962, being very small farms. And I'm sure, as some of you experienced, after some delays, inspections began in 2019, and the team was successful in addressing approximately 97% or 111 of the large farms, and they have plans to hit and visit all 144 of the small farms this year before moving on to the very small farms. Central to our produce safety program is education through outreach. As in other years, the team has continued to participate and drive interaction with farmers through participation in farm shows and ag progress events, conventions, school programs, and as well as just boots on the ground at farmer markets and farmer workshops. And wherever possible, they look to leverage media to drive further reach. TV stations are invited to cover local events. Electronic billboards direct farmers to additional sources of resources and information, and print media is also leveraged frequently. Newspaper articles, as well as articles in the fall-winter edition of the Penn State Ag Science magazine, really cast a wider net. Collaboration, as Luke mentioned, Penn State's extension program is quite strong, and collaboration with that program remains prominent to our Bureau. The team has participated in additional FSMA grower safety trainings, and in the past 2 years, they've executed approximately 20 of those sessions, reaching over 500 farmers. And mock FSMA inspections have also been executed. Last year, 2 group twilight inspection sessions were executed that impacted over 100 farmers. But central to our outreach efforts are our on-farm readiness review programs. So this is a step-by-step walkthrough of the farm operations that generates open and honest conversation between the inspector and the farmer, and the opportunities exist to positively reinforce areas that are already in compliance, as well as identify issues and opportunity areas for improvement. And together, the inspector and the farmer can discuss alternatives and options for improvement efforts to be made prior to the official inspection. And what's central to this whole readiness review is the spirit of education and amnesty associated with it. The farmers really have an inspired sense of confidence, and it really builds trust between the Bureau and the actual farmers themselves. Included with these on-farm readiness reviews are toolboxes, produce safety toolkits that contain a number of materials to aid the farmers in launching their programs. There are flash drives loaded with SOPs, signage and posters for use in training and then ongoing reinforcement of the programs, as well as some first aid kits. Additional support for our Pennsylvania farmers has been garnered through the USDA Specialty Crop Grant. $49,000 have been allocated to provide resources for farmers actively working towards produce safety rule compliance. Our focus has been on mitigation of water supply and animal contamination of crops, as well as enabling farmers to meet and exceed the basic good handling practices. The team is actively procuring 300 sanitary well caps, 250 UV leak detection flashlights, and 200 portable hand washing stations for distribution to various farmers. Regarding our staffing, I believe our entire produce safety field staff is here at this conference. We have currently 5 credentialed inspectors, which when we think about the magnitude of the work that we just covered, seems like far too few to have on board to keep this momentum. So the department is actively training 6 additional inspectors and are targeting a total of 12 people in position by the end of FY20, or the end of 2020. And briefly touching on manufactured foods, Pennsylvania has over 5,700 registered food establishments, as well as 2,100 limited food establishments. On this side of the team, we have 57 inspectors for GMP and regulations, as well as 5 active inspectors for preventive control inspections. And similarly, we have 8 more in training. The key activities for this group in 2020 will to continue in executing inspections and sampling programs. We have 100 FDA contract inspections scheduled, 20 preventive control inspections, and plan on collecting over 500 environmental samples for analysis. The team maintains their accreditation through continuing involvement in FDA training. They'll be participating in preventive control for human food regulators, food processing and technology, and food GMPs, application and evidence development training. And to demonstrate competence for independent inspections, it's common for Pennsylvania inspectors to perform joint inspections with FDA auditors. So in these instances, the Pennsylvania inspector takes the lead role while the FDA inspector audits his or her performance. And that's basically a summary of the accomplishments of the team last year. Again, I'd like to offer to answer questions, but honestly, I don't know that I could. If you do have the questions, though, the team is here, so feel free to interact with them over the next couple days in the breakout sessions and breaks. Thank you very much.